think it means that, we obviously are one of the top teams in the country. I know we had, a loss early in the season too, and, we were playing some teams tight. I think today was a really big step for us, just to go out there and show the country that, we are one of the best teams in the country, going toe-to-toe with the number 3 team in the country. I think it just is a great step forward for us. We had some games before this that, we probably didn't play, as good as we wanted to, and we kind of, squeaked by a couple games, but I think this one was a really good step for us, even though it wasn't the outcome that we wanted. I think it was a good building block, especially for the next game that we play, because that's going to be another great team as well.
You guys were up, double digits so in the second half, and with a minute to go, is there something in particular that didn't go right for you guys down the stretch?
I guess we just didn't execute down the stretch. I feel like I think we turned the ball over a couple of times down the stretch. We just didn't execute what we drew up, and the ball just didn't fall our way today. In the last couple of minutes, nothing we can do about that for real.
In the last game against Ohio, they grabbed a lot of offensive boards and got a lot of second chance points. First half, you guys didn't allow a single offensive board. Was that something in practice you guys were kind of working on, or is that just circumstances that happened?
Yeah. All prep we played with, when we guarded them, we had a blocker on the basket, so everything would be a miss. So we had to work on defensive rebounding. That's something that, obviously we've been lacking. It's something that we knew was going to be a key factor for us today, and I think, we did a really good job. Like you said, we didn't allow one for the first half. I think the second half, those ones that we did allow kind of hurt us a little bit, but it's still a great improvement from what we've been doing.
One of either 5 or 6 from 3 in the second half, but I think 7 of 13 in the first half. Hunter, what were you seeing? Some cross-court passes, hitting people open, and is that really when this offense is clicking, when you play inside out and let your shooters like Terrance on your shoot?
Yeah, I'd say that's when we're at our best, because it's it's really hard for other teams to guard us. Obviously, teams are going to try to send 2 at me on occasion, and so I trust my guys when I pass it out. We got guys that can shoot this year, and I think we showed that in the first half. And I think it's just a matter of shots going in, and just that remain confident in one another and in yourself.
Terrance, on that final play, you get the rebound off the miss. What's going through your mind? What are you trying to do there?
Yeah, so I was just dribbling the ball downhill. I know Jay had the hot hand, and I know the play in the huddle before, we were trying to get the ball to him. So I saw him in the corner, trying to do a dribble handoff and let him work, because he's a great shot maker, and we trust him, and we trust the shots he takes. So that's what was drawn up. That's what we told to do. So I just want to get him the ball, and I trust my teammate, whatever he did with it.
A few games into the season, the rotation still seems to be that there's 3 or 4 people being subbed in at once. Is that, that's a bit unique. How do you guys feel about that? How does that impact the game?
Yeah, I think that's, how most teams do it early on in the season. Just trying to play, have that probably a deeper bench than normal, just to figure out guys' roles and guys' minutes and stuff like that, because we're still learning and still, I guess, like on the fly, like some would say, still just trying to figure stuff out. We're not a complete team, and we don't have, the rotations finalized yet. So we're still trying to plug in and, see where guys are at their best, see which lineups are at the best and stuff like that. I think, we pride ourselves on being deep and next man up and stuff like that. So for us to have guys come in, we trust that they'll sustain, whatever leads, or, even raise the level of intensity when they come out there.
They had 44 points in the paint, I think 16 to 28 on layups. What was so difficult about stopping them from getting to the basket and getting full points?
Yeah, we contained the ball, but we just didn't contain it at a great level. K.A. Clark, he's very crafty, good point guard, so he was getting in the paint a lot, and we had to make some halftime adjustments to try and stop him. But they were just getting past us as defenders, and we just got to contain the ball more and keep our chest in front of the ball.
You guys are, college basketball veterans. This would have been a big win. You got a tough stretch coming up. I guess how hard will it be to kind of move past this one?
It's gonna be hard. Like right now, it's tough. It's tough on us, but The beauty of it is, it's early in the season. The beauty of it is we have many more games in the season, and we're gonna take this as a learning experience. We're gonna continue to learn from it and get ready for Kentucky. But games like this give the NCAA feel. This one would have definitely helped us, but we just learn from it and get ready for Kentucky and Big Ten play coming up.
Got time for a couple more?
Hunter, when you talked about the learning process you guys were going through, as kind of being an example of that, when you look at where you guys were leaving your last overseas trip to tomorrow going on another overseas trip, how would you kind of describe the progress that you've seen in terms of what you were hoping for, I guess, speed-wise, for lack of a better term?
I would say, today was probably the biggest step that we took. I think it was just a really good showing for us in our discipline. I think that's something that we were lacking in the first part of the season, in the first couple games of the season. I think we weren't as disciplined as, we want to be, and, as disciplined as a Coach Howard team should be. I think today we really, because, Virginia runs a good offense. They got one of the best coaches in the country, and so, they're going to make you really be solid and patient on defense, and that's something that we were lacking, I'd say, before this game. So I'm just really proud of with my teammates guarded their actions and stuff like that. We did a really good job of just staying solid and patient on defense.
What's been the biggest thing kind of stressed on defense, and whether just watching from afar, it's been hard to tell sometimes personnel, or missed assignments, or whatever effort, wherever it may be. Like, what's kind of been the things being stressed on you for this?
I think, like I said, like that discipline on defensive. I think sometimes, before this game, we would have three guys playing defense, and then two guys would, just miss an assignment, or it'd be four guys playing defense, one guy would miss an assignment on a certain play. I think this game today, I think we had all five guys really locked in on defense. They just made some tough shots, but I think we did a really good job and made a big step in just that discipline of, locking in on every possession.
Before that, Terrance, you were talking about the timeout, before the final play. He missed, so you end up being down 2. You could have been 3. Was the play for a 3 no matter what, or try to get to the rim if possible?
Nah, we went over both scenarios, but it still kind of was the same play. One of the players get downhill, look for a kick out to the other players that Coach Howard put on the play. So, it was the same thing no matter what, same play call.
All right, fellas, appreciate your time.
Thank you. Go Blue.